Hello students, so today we start with a new lesson in English. The Alchemy of Nature is the name of the lesson. It's a very beautiful lesson. It conveys in a very clear way how we humans can learn from the various elements of nature. In fact, students, all of us, we humans are all part of nature. So we automatically get drawn towards nature, and most of the things that we see around us give us some type of a message. Whether you're standing on a seashore and watching the water flow over the rocks, or you're watching the flowers bloom in a garden, there are so many elements in nature that teach us so many things. Only we have to develop the ability within us to read the messages that nature gives us. Nature continuously whispers and commands to us. Only we have to be good listeners to nature. Right? So this lesson begins with very good lines from the poem by William Blake. I will read out the lines and we will take up the explanation of the lesson, right? To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. So these four lines convey a very big and vital or important message to all of us, right? So something as tiny as a grain of sand, the explanation is given below. Something as tiny as a grain of sand can spark off an idea or an imagination which is of great importance to the world. So that means even if you look at a grain of sand, it depends on how you view it. If you view it as a piece of dirt, then it will be a piece of dirt to you. But if you view it and look at it from a different angle, from a different perspective, definitely there is a message hidden even in a small grain of sand. So something tiny as a grain of sand can spark off an idea or an imagination which is of huge significance to the world. All of you know that in the ocean or in some water bodies, a grain of sand is taken in by an oyster and converted into a pearl. So one would never imagine that something as insignificant as a grain of sand can be converted into a precious stone, a precious pearl. So one would never think of that. So, but if you look at it that way, you can see even a sand turns into a very precious pearl, right? So it holds a message for us. Then one can witness or experience the beauty of heaven in something as small as a wild flower. So you stand and look at a wild flower like a hibiscus flower or any wild flower, look at the colors. When you look at them, you will wonder what is this magic within nature, right, which makes such a beautiful flower, which colors it so beautifully. So when you look and admire a flower, you can actually experience heaven. It is like you are in Swarg, in heaven. When you look at a wild flower also, you start admiring the creation of God. So one can witness and experience the beauty of heaven in something as small as a wild flower, and you can derive joy forever. So it can give you tremendous amount of happiness and joy by looking at a beautiful creation as small as a wild flower even. Only one should have the eyes and time to see it. So eye is not only your external eye, but you should also have the inner eye. to understand the significance of everything of God's creation. In everything, whether it's a grain of sand or it's a wildflower or it's an ant crawling in your hall, there is a message in all that you see around you. You have to pick up the message. That's what is the importance of what is being conveyed in this lesson. Only one should have the eyes and time to see it. Infinity is endless space. When we talk about infinity, infinity is something, space that is unending, but you can hold infinity in a palm of your hand. So infinity is endless space, but small palm can hold the destiny of earth through your efforts. So everything lies in your hands. A small palm of yours can change the destiny of the world itself. You can make a big contribution with your work, right? So a small thing like a palm of your hand can hold something very, very significant for this world, right? So great deeds can surpass the limits of time and space. They never die. You know, where always people pass off. There are people who come and go, but many of them are remembered for their good works. You do good deeds and you get remembered for the good deeds that you do. Your deeds will always live on in the memories of people for long time, right? So this a very important message is being conveyed, that let's learn from nature and transform ourselves. We have a huge message to learn from nature. So the title of the lesson, actually, Alchemy of Nature, means nature holds some magical power, a magical power or a mystical power that has the ability to transform us individuals. If we take advantage of learning from nature, we will be transformed into very good human beings, good individuals. All is that we have to pick up the message from nature, right? So let's start with the lesson now, the explanation. We instinctively turn to outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Nature soothes and nurtures. Nature fulfills and motivates. Nature whispers and commands. So we human beings, being a part of nature, we naturally turn towards nature to relax, to remove our stress, to de-stress ourselves. We walk towards nature, maybe take a walk in the garden or maybe walk in a small park. We like to be with nature to relieve ourselves of the stress, because we ourselves are part of nature. So it is but natural that we will turn towards nature to enhance our well-being, to enrich ourselves, right? So we instinctively turn to nature means we naturally turn to nature and outdoor activities, because it is a very good way of relaxing and enhancing. And enhancing means increasing our health and well-being. Nature soothes us, means cools us, and it nurtures us. It gives us something to think, right? Nature whispers and commands to us. So nature is giving us a message. So please learn from message. Keep your eyes open and pick up the important messages from nature. Are you listening? When I do, it leaves me in complete awe. Awe means in surprise. When I listen to, whether I'm looking at a hibiscus flower in my garden or I'm looking at a piece of grass which is coming out from a concrete pavement, whether I'm looking at the clouds in the sky, everything seems to be telling me a message. So whenever I listen to nature, it leaves me utterly surprised. What a beautiful message nature conveys to us, and how beautifully nature teaches us so many things. We have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Now the author is telling you of the author's experiences with nature and what message the author gets through nature. We have a hibiscus plant in our garden. All of you know a hibiscus plant, they call it Jaswand, right? So we have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Every fortnight a flower blooms. One big hibiscus flower, maybe a bright red one, or nowadays you have the colored yellow ones. A bright hibiscus flower blooms on it, bright and tender. So throughout the day, the hibiscus flower smiles with the sun, dances with the wind, right? And in the evening approaches, it starts wilting. Wilting means, you call it murjha jana, right? It wilts means it starts closing up and drying up. That is what, so see the message being conveyed. The hibiscus flower has such a short life. In the morning it starts blooming, it smiles, it dances with the, smiles in the sun, it dances with the wind, and as evening approaches, it wilts away. So the message being conveyed is a small flower like a hibiscus, even though its life is so short-lived, just from morning to evening is its life, but still it lives its life to its fullest. That means however short its life is, that hibiscus flower is enjoying it. So isn't it, students, a message to us? It's a beautiful message that life is short, right? And let us live and enjoy our lives to the fullest. God has given you a beautiful gift of life, and more beautiful is you are a human being. So you can make use of your developed brains to enjoy and appreciate the gifts that God has given you. So it's a big message that nature gives us, right? Then the morning after it withers completely, and by evening it falls and becomes one with the earth. So the next morning that flower withers and it falls to the ground and it mixes with the earth. Withers means it breaks off and it falls down to the ground. So that hibiscus flower has just lived for one day, right? The flower comes to life only for a day, but it does so in full splendor, in full magnificence, and beautifully it lives its one day. Splendor means it beautifully lives out that one day that God has given that flower. So the message is understood. I explain the message to you. You have a short life, so live your life beautifully. What if we too lived life, however short it is, to our fullest? We went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean and the rocks alongside, carved, sculpted and shaped by water. Water is so gentle, rock is so hard, yet the water flows over it every day for years. The rocks gives in, it takes the shape that the water commands. Our problems are so colossal and we are so small, yet if we persist. Now see the second instance of another message, right? So the author says that we went to a beach and we saw the water, the sea water flowing over the rocks. You know, the rocks are so hard and the water continuously for years and days and years keeps on flowing over the rocks, changing the shape of the rocks. So ultimately something as hard and solid as a rock also listens to the command of water by changing its shape. Water is so soft and gentle, the rock is so hard, yet the huge rock so hard, it takes a shape as given to it by water. Water cuts it and shapes it in the way that it desires. So if that can happen to a rock, then we have to learn a message. Okay, there's a message in it. What is the message? That we have huge problems in our life. Today what are we facing? Isn't the problem colossal? A very huge problem, right? But all of us are persisting. We have hope within us that one day it will get over. So the problems, no matter how huge the problems are in life, how colossal our problems are in life, how huge our problems may be in life, but if we persist, if we continuously work hard, our problems can be overcome with lot of grit and determination. So that is the message that the author tries to convey, that from the picture that he sees on a beach, water flowing over the rocks and the rocks changing their shape, that if a solid rock can give way to the commands of water, then why can't we change, or why can't we solve our problems? Problems are huge, but if we persist and if we are determined, we can easily solve our problems. We saw these small bits of grass peeping through small cracks in a concrete pavement. It left us thinking, however impossible things may look, there is always an opening. So yet another message being given. He says we were walking along on the road or a pavement. You know, the pavement is paved with concrete slabs. There is no way for any tree or a small bit of grass also to come out. But we were walking along a pavement and we saw some blades of grass emerging from the concrete. So even a small, weak and feeble thing like a grass found its way through the concrete, right? So the message is that no matter however hard things may seem, there is always a way out. Probably you have always heard of the saying, where there is a will, there is a way. So if you have the will to overcome problems, automatically you will be shown the way. You will find your way out, but provided you have the will to face it or the will to overcome something, then you will find the way will be shown to you. So that is the message that they get by seeing the grass, a blade of grass coming out from a crack in the concrete. So the grass found its way out towards sunlight from something so solid as a concrete pavement. So why can't we also find our way in spite of so many hurdles in our life? So there is always an opening for us. We saw a tree bare of all leaves in cold winter months. We thought its chapter was over. So they were walking past, they say, the author says, we were walking past and we saw a tree, you know, in autumn, they call it as Patjhad ka Mausam. So when you find all the leaves falling. So he says, we saw a tree like that, which was full bare, no, not a single leaf on it, and we thought कि उसका चैप्टर खत्म हो गया, उसका दिन भर गया. No, but it wasn't so. Once autumn goes and another season comes, you find fresh green leaves again springing up on its branches. So bad days will go, bad days are not to last. Once bad days go away, they will go away and the days will change for better. Again, a message in today's situation. Problems like this are not going to last, friends, right? So problems are going to be there. This is like the autumn of our lives. And we are going to face a better season where again everything will start blooming. So I hope all of us, actually the current situation is more relevant to us in understanding this lesson. So if we learn from nature, we will not be sad about the situation we are going through today. However, problems, whatever be the problems, they are not going to be forever. Problems will vanish, they will subside, and you will find better days ahead. So we saw a tree bare of all leaves and we thought its chapter was over. That means we thought it is going to die. But months passed, spring set in, and the tree was back to its green majesty once again, full of leaves, flowers, birds and life. So that's exactly what the message is being conveyed. I told you what the message is. You have got the message right now. So bad things don't last. You are going to see good things after the bad things are over. They are never permanent. So remember, this too shall pass. We saw an army of ants lugging a fly which was at least 10 times the ant size. The ants organized themselves around the fly and lifted it on its frail feelers and carried it to a distance. Their teamwork and perseverance means continuing determination and hard work, right? Lugging means trying to pull hard. They were lugging at the fly, means they were trying to pull hard. Frail feelers means weak legs. So even though they had weak legs, they were carrying that big ant on those weak feelers of theirs, okay, to quite a distance, and they were carrying it with perseverance, which is very impressive. So what if we can learn from it? What if we also can be consistent? Consistent means try and try, do not give up, right? Like the ants. So the story of the ants are telling us, however small and weak they are, with their teamwork, with their unity and with their dedication and perseverance, they could manage to lift something which is 10 times bigger than them in size. Something which is much bigger, they could manage to take it all united together. So this is also a message that we should be united, we should be determined, we should be consistent, keep on doing without thinking about the result. Results will come, but efforts must be put in. See, we always convey, I myself always convey to students, don't worry about the results. Results are not important. The process by which you are going to get those results are important. If your process is right, if you are determined, if you are consistent, you work day in and day out towards achieving your goal, you will definitely achieve it. And you require teamwork. Work along with your colleagues, work along with your teachers, work along with your parents. So you will definitely find a way out. Be consistent. Like the ants working, they are carrying you feel that my portion is so huge, how will I cover it, right? But if you are consistent, if you are determined, then that too can be overcome, right? Spider webs are very delicate, but they are very strong. You can see how they trap the mosquitoes, how they trap the insects, so they are strong. Okay, a rainbow colors the entire sky. So something as thin as a rainbow can make the sky colorful. The message being told to us, however small we are, with our contribution and with our own efforts, we can bring about a great difference on this planet. So just as a rainbow can color the vast sky, why can't we also make a contribution that will bring about a difference to the people around us and to the planet, right? So the message given by the rainbow coloring the sky is also of great significance, right? Then oysters take in a grain of sand, they open up with a pearl. I just told you in the beginning of the lesson, the oyster takes in a grain of sand and converts it into a pearl. So however insignificant we may be, don't underestimate yourself. Anything insignificant, however small it may seem, however unimportant it may seem to us, but you can transform it with your will, with your determination and with your dedication. If a sand can be transformed into a pearl by an oyster, why can't we transform our lives, which we think are insignificant? We can make a significant contribution in this world. Clouds take innumerable stars, shine across the infinite sky. So there are, however small a star may seem on top, but it is shining, is giving its light to us. So infinite stars shine in the sky, right? Then clouds take the shapes with every passing moment. So you see the clouds also changing. So we also should be able to change ourselves with every passing times, and we should be able to adapt to times. As the days change, as the situation change, we also have to change ourselves and adapt and make ourselves suitable to the times that we are living in. You can't live in the same old world that you have lived before. Now you see, after this situation, life is not going to be the same what it was before. So we are going to change. You are seeing that there is a transformation going on right now. You were used to sitting in a classroom, listening to your teacher and in the company of your friends. But now today, you have to adapt to the situation of sitting alone within the confines of your home and listening to the lecture. There is joy in that too. If you know how to view it, if you view it from the positive direction, there is a great joy in that too. So we have to change according to times, because change is the law of nature. Nature keeps on changing, so you will also have to change along with nature. In Marathi, I've come across a very beautiful saying which I truly agree with. They say that परिवर्तन हा निसर्गाचा नियम आहे. So change is the law of nature. If you do not change, you will find it difficult to survive. So change in attitude, change yourself, accept changes and adapt to changes. That's the message what is being given. If clouds are changing their shape with every passing moment, so you also should be ready to adapt to every passing time and changing times. The wind makes the trees dance in unhindered. Unhindered means without any obstacle. The wind makes the trees dance in unhindered passion. Water without ego changes its form. See, water gets pulled due to the gravitational force of the sun and the moon without any ego. The sun tells it come up, it goes up, come down, it comes down, right? So we also should keep our ego aside. We should let go that ego. Let it go, right? If you hold on to your ego, you will find it very difficult to change. So they say that just like water without a hint of ego changes its form according to the dictates of the sun, we see a caterpillar turn into a butterfly. When you look at a caterpillar in a garden, you see how ugly it is. That ugly caterpillar changes into a beautiful, colorful butterfly. So isn't there a message in this? Something which you perceive as insignificant and good for nothing can also be transformed into a beautiful thing. So we also have the ability to transform ourselves from something insignificant into a beautiful individual, right? A flower turns into a fruit. We experience the alchemy of nature, and when we touch it, become gold ourselves. So that means all these things in nature are having a power within to transform us. Only we have to have the ability to read the messages in nature, take those messages positively, apply it to ourselves, and see the transformation taking place within yourself. So students, I hope you enjoyed the explanation of this lesson, the alchemy of nature, the magical power of nature to transform individuals. So go through the lesson, first read it, then if you want, you listen to the explanation again and understand the lesson. With this, students, thank you, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and bye all of you.